Test. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Let me know how we sounding. What's going on, y'all? It's Friday, and the win streak continues, y'all. I told y'all summer quarter was gonna be different. I told y'all. Who's made some money this week? Chris, I appreciate what's going on, Lucas. If you was in the live yesterday, who caught this GJ setup we broke down in the live yesterday? US30 when as projected when New York Open started. This was a New York Open candlestick. Did the retest. I always tell y'all wait for the retest. And that thing exploded to the upside. NAS and ES and SPX flew as well going into New York session. And as you can see, GJ is doing what GJ does. And like we've been talking about for the past couple of weeks, what do we see? New higher high got made, right? Again, told y'all last week to look for buys down here. Told you at the beginning of this week we're still looking for buys. Look what we see price doing, making a new higher high on the bigger time frames. Telling y'all, flow of price is always going to be the way to go. Make sure I like the lives. You'll hop up in here, y'all. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. We're riding this wave right now. We just hit the final TP before we went live. We broke this trade down in yesterday's live. We entered it in yesterday's live. Holy shit. Yo. Stocks are up. Crypto is up. Yeah, I got some new crypto updates dropping for y'all. Shout out to those. If y'all are still holding, man, I got a lot of updates I got to do, man. Got a lot of updates I got to do. Because I'm looking at my portfolio right now. XRP is about to break all-time highs if it didn't already. Man. Shout out to those that still holding the coins we've been talking about since Q2 and Q1. Because y'all should be up on majority of the coins right now. There's only a few that got a little bit of work to do, but majority of the coins we've been talking about online in the playlist, you should be up right now on stocks. You should be up on everything. I dropped an update for those 5 stocks I told y'all to buy at the beginning of Q1. For those that just found me this week, go hit that first link in the description, join the free Telegram. When you do that, you go to April, the beginning of the quarter, of Q2, that is. Right, in the beginning of the quarter, I told y'all to get these 5 stocks. 3 days after I dropped that video, when FOMC popped off, these stocks exploded to the upside. A month later, they went even crazier. Look at these stocks, where they were at in April, and look where they're at now. These stocks exploded. Same thing with crypto. Obviously, I've been telling y'all to buy Bitcoin literally when it was at 60K last year. I've been telling y'all to buy that this year, as well as other crypto coins. If you bought any of the coins, you are up right now. All right, stocks is up, crypto is up, and the charts are just feeding all around, y'all. Telling y'all, the way you read one chart is how you read everything. So we're currently chilling in this GJ position. Again, we broke this down in the live stream yesterday. Remember, we entered this trade live, and I told y'all, again, we don't hope over here. We go with the flow of price. We go with the flow of price. You automatically give yourself a higher likelihood of the trade going in your favor. Now, I have 3 positions running right now. But if you would have just took this position we took during the London session live yesterday, you'd be up a 1 to 3 right now. I mean, whatever you would have risked, would be up 3 times that amount, right? So you risked $100, you'd be up $300. You would be up 1,000. I mean, if you risked 1,000, you'd be up 3,000 right now. But then I took a second position here. That's at a nice 1 to 2. And then I'm running a third position, so I'm scaling extra hard into this trade. One, because I don't like what I see on the other charts, so it's not like I'm taking multiple positions on other charts or pairs. And 2, like I said, I knew we was going to catch that new higher high, so I just been scaling into it. Yeah, as you can see, price is still flying to the upside, right? So again, y'all believe we talked about this, just go watch yesterday's live, or y'all can go watch this week's Sunday chart analysis. Like I always tell y'all, the Sunday chart analysis goes over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but it goes over what we see price doing throughout the entire week. Only chart that hasn't really been moving is gold. Gold's been stuck in place all week. But besides gold, we caught nice moves on GU this week, as well as we caught nice moves on GJ this week. And then US30 did a nice move yesterday. But besides that, as far as the charts I look at, that is. So right now, GJ can maintain a whole 199.70 as support. We're going to be looking for buys going to 210. And then with US30, if we can break above the whole 44,660 as support, we can look for buys going to 44,800. Or we can see price retrace and retest 44,460 and then look for buys going to the upside as well. As far as news, there's no news today, so we're simply just waiting for volume and our confirmations to be met. And again, y'all, when it comes to the crypto, all right, this is my personal opinion, okay? But as y'all can see in the playlist, the track record stands that y'all can trust my opinion, all right? You should not be worried about Bitcoin at all, right? Unless you can afford a quarter to half a Bitcoin minimum, you should not worry about Bitcoin. There's so many other coins, if you look at percentage wise, that are performing better than Bitcoin simply because they're cheaper, right? So if there's like for example, I told y'all, you go to the playlist, right? And I'm gonna drop some updates this weekend and next week. I'm gonna bulk record today and tomorrow, right? But if we go to the crypto and altcoin analysis, and then I dropped a video, I was like, that can't be right. Hold on. Okay. So I dropped the video 2 months ago, giving me an update on XLM, XRP, and HBAR. I dropped it May 17th. Okay. So hold on. My phone will work. I'm telling you, when it rains, like the signal's like fucked for like a day or two. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to get my phone to work. There we go. Right, I dropped this video 2 months ago. Like I always tell y'all in the videos, I always say you're late, but it's not too late. Now, if y'all are OG, well, not OG, but if y'all been here for a little bit, we've been talking about XRP before the hype, right? I told y'all to get into that like at like 50, 60 cents. And I can show y'all that right here as well. I just got to do a little bit of scrolling. I think I scrolled too far. Yeah, we're a little too far. It was like November last year. Here we go. This is why I always tell y'all to hit that first link. Every time people ask for proof of receipts, I'm like, you might have to scroll, but everything's in the free Signal and free Telegram, right? You can see here, I was telling y'all to get into this a little bit more. I used to post a lot more on my Instagram, TikTok stories than I did in free Telegram. By the way, if you're a member or student, make sure to join the crypto channel. If you don't know where that link's at, I haven't dropped it in a minute. I might redrop it if I remember, but if not, if you want to be in that crypto channel, just mess about signals. Now, I don't call crypto signals, but I be posting like extra plays and other coins that I don't talk about on YouTube. I'll be giving y'all updates, extra plays in game on how to really make some money and all that good stuff, right? Because again, there's at the end of the day, this is all investing. Day trades investing. It's just a more aggressive short-term investing. But you can use the same knowledge you use to day trade to catch these setups on a larger scale, right? But I'll tell you how to get into this. Literally, when it was at like 50, 60 cents, right? I'll tell you how to get into a lot of coins. And if you watch the video I just dropped, most of my XRP updates also talk about XLM and I also talk about HBAR. XLM this month alone, I don't know where it's at right now, so let me look, but literally like this weekend or Tuesday, it was up like 75%. So you could have almost doubled your shit in literally just a month. So again, I dropped that last update in May. So literally in just 2 months, because I dropped it May 17th, so literally it's July the 18th. So literally in just 2 months, you could have made a shit ton of money on all the cryptos we talked about. Telling y'all, crypto Web3 is the future. They just passed some bills as well about stable coins, even though I've been telling y'all for a while that that thing was going to get passed. I told y'all for a while that these companies were already getting stable coins and making stable coins. Like PayPal then had a stable coin out. The reason why y'all's bank accounts are all of a sudden offering 3 to 4% APY out of nowhere, when a few years ago you couldn't even get a percent APY, is because they're putting things on the blockchain as we speak. All right, things are putting things on the blockchain whether you know it or not. They're just making it more public now. But crypto Web3 is the future, yo. If you didn't know, now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at your charts, drop them in the chat. Where is it at? Jeez, man. These coins are going crazy, bro. Yeah, this week alone, XLM went up 61%. This month, oh my goodness, this month is up 94%. And that's just simply looking at the percentages. Depending on where you entered at, you'd be up a lot more. And I've been telling y'all to get in that when it was at 15, 20 cents. It's currently at 50 cents. So if yours in it at 15, 20 cents, you already doubled your portfolio as far as XLM is concerned. Right. And again, like I was talking about with Bitcoin, you shouldn't worry about Bitcoin unless you can afford Bitcoin. Right. Because just like I just told you with XLM, if you get a coin that's 20 cents, it goes up to 40 cents, you doubled your portfolio with that coin. But to double your investment with Bitcoin, it would have to go from 100K to 200K. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's nasty work right there. That's nasty work. New 5-minute about to pop up in a little bit. And again, we're just riding this wave. We're currently in this right now. This is the trade we took yesterday. Again, we entered this trade in yesterday's live and broke it down. This is what it was looking like when the market opened last night at 6 p.m. And this is what it did after that, right? So this was, again, you can see this the market reopened right here. And now you can see it is doubled from where it was currently at. I can show the signal really quick. Boom, and bam. Again, you see what enters at 4:35 a.m. Entry at sells. And you go to when we went live yesterday. We went live 4:20. So literally 10 minutes into the live, we enter that trade. All right, so when I tell y'all we be breaking these setups down, as well as other setups during the live streams, when I do the weekly recaps, when I be telling y'all a lot of setups be going as projected in the Sunday chart analysis and London session lives, you're not watching and tuning in, you're missing out. I won't just be saying that just to say it. I'm telling y'all. But then when I post, things going as projected, people get upset. I'm like, hey, come on, y'all gotta get on the charts. Y'all gotta get on the charts. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get on the charts and be ready. But I'm telling y'all where to look for things at. You just gotta be ready for it. But this is what we'll talk about with gold, right? Gold's been playing ring around the rosy all week, failing to break levels and hold. So I simply just have not taken any setups, right? And this is where the discipline comes into play. Because again, I've been looking at mainly 4 charts the past few weeks. Out of these 4 charts, there's bound to be at least 1 or 2 that are going to have clean setups that are high probability, high quality setups, right? A lot of times we just look at one chart, right? There's pros and cons to looking at one chart, right? You look at one chart, you're not going to be as tempted to take a lot of setups unless you're just taking a bunch of setups on that one chart, right? But at the same time, there's bound to be, because it's just how the markets work, right? We talked about this in the live. We weren't live on our TikTok. We talked about it on the TikTok live Wednesday. Didn't go live yesterday because it was raining, and the signal gets bad when it rains. But did it rain last night? I got to go outside. I don't think it rained last night. So we were going to wrap up this week going live. We got a lot of stuff to break down too. So we're going to go live later on today. We're going to go live at around like 1 o'clock. We're going to go live at like 12:30 or 1 o'clock on TikTok. So make sure to follow me on TikTok. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram. Y'all see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screens. Instagram playmaker_way, TikTok _playmakerway_. I was like, what the heck? That's one of my other US30 charts. I'm about to take those alerts off. I was like, what's happening? Yeah, so the way the charts are looking, I'm probably, if I do take a setup going into New York session, it's probably going to be a US30 setup. I don't like how the other charts are looking. Now, as far as GU, we've been riding that wave for the past few weeks. We are still technically bearish, right? We are still technically bearish, especially if we can maintain the whole 34 and 35 as a resistance. We continue to look for sales going back down to this lower low here at 33.70. So sales here isn't a terrible idea. I'm just personally not going to go for sales. All right. Now, if you would have met me like 2 years ago, I might have, but now I'm a lot picky with my setups, right? Like I'm at the point where, I was talking to a member about this in a one-on-one session yesterday. Like I used to look at like how most people look at candlesticks, especially big candlesticks, as that's money, or those are pips, those are points. And when you see these moves happen, you're thinking, damn, if I was in there, I'd be making money. Now I'm at the point where I don't care what price does at all until it comes near one of my price levels or it comes to one of the price levels I would want to take a setup at, right? So between then and there, I don't really care what price is doing. And that's the point in the mindset y'all need to be at as well, because that's going to help y'all be a lot more strict with y'all setups, not jump and go for everything. And when y'all don't jump and go for everything, that's again how we win so much and we lose so little, right? It's not because, I call signals and they hit SL and I lie and delete the signals or whatever these people be coming up with in my comments. It's simply because, again, I'm very picky with my setups, right? You watch any of my live streams, you always see me focusing on one or two charts, even though I have multiple charts on my in my tabs. And that's because, again, I have multiple charts I'm looking at, but then I deduce and drop them down to the ones that have the cleanest looking setups, and then I focus on those, right? So that's the same thing y'all need to do. Yeah, but this thing's pushing right now. This thing's pushing nicely. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna post that screenshot of my story as well. So let me go ahead and post. I'm about to post it on my Instagram and TikTok story right now. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we need charts, drop them in the chat. Appreciate those that like the live, y'all. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Do y'all like when we're live throughout 4 a.m.? Because I be experimenting too, and I'll be taking notes. So like the times we do go live at 4, we'll stay live past 4. It's like more people hop up in here. I don't know if it's like more people are getting up, getting ready for work, or I don't know what it is about 4 a.m., which is also no, it's not. Yeah, I don't know what it is about 4 a.m., but a lot more people be in the lives at 4 a.m. So that's the better time for y'all. let me know. I just know a lot of times we can see setups at the beginning of the London session as well. Like the 4 a.m. candle and the 4 a.m. hour is kind of like the 10 a.m. New York hour on candlestick an hour. And push. Yeah, we can see GU rejecting right here. Alright, so I'm just not going to take that setup, but you'd be up right now if you did. I'm just chilling in this. We're going to be on for a little bit longer, y'all. We got a new 5 minute about to pop up. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at new charts, drop them in the chat. All right, y'all. We're gonna hop off in a second again, y'all. If GJ can maintain and hold 199.70 as support, we can look for buys going up to 210. With GU, if we can maintain and hold 34.35 as resistance, we can look for sales going back down to 33.70. We need to hold that level as resistance for the downtrend to continue. But as we can see, price is kind of just retracing right now, so we're just gonna let it do its thing. Gold, I'm not messing with that at all unless we break above 33.74 and hold that as support. If we can hold that as support, we're gonna look for buys going to 33.96. Or if we break below and hold 33.24 as resistance, we could look for sales going down to 33.06. Then with US30, we're gonna be looking for buys. If we can break above and hold 44.670 as support, we're gonna be looking for buys going to 44.800. Or price might try to retrace and retest 44.470. If we can hold that as support, we're gonna look for buys going back up to the highs. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today on YouTube. Also got some new posts lined up for y'all on Instagram and TikTok, so make sure to be on the lookout for that. Shout out to everybody in the live. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since the beginning. Shout out to everybody that's been alive since y'all joined. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join the free student free Telegram. Again, we've been absolutely killing it so far this month and this week, y'all. We're on a 3-week win streak right now. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my Signal Server mentorship program, you already know what to do. Click those links in the description. Join Advanced Play Signal, become a playmaker, and join Playmaker University. Do not waste this weekend, y'all. Review y'all's trades, study up, and yeah, we'll be back at the same time next week, Monday session 3 a.m. EST.